Saita.
Thanks, Louis. Saita, South African Informal Traders Alliance. It's an alliance of associations of informal traders. Remember, firstly, I just want to explain what is informal trader. The informal trader, it's all businesses that are informal, irrespective of, is it on the backyard, is it on at the taxi ranks, is it on the pavement, at the corners, anywhere where you are doing the business which is not formalized. Meaning what? When I'm saying which is not formalized, I'm talking about your business is not operating as formal businesses, where every year you are doing the tax returns, you are paying the taxes, you are doing everything as formal business. Now, the informal business, it's where you are running most of the informal business, actually, they are running the business from hand to mouth, where that's why we call them the informal. Saita is an alliance of informal businesses associations. The association I'm talking about, it can be a union, it can be a non-profit organization, as long as it's an association or a group of people grouping together, they can join Saita. Why Saita? That's the question. Why they can join Saita? Remember, the reason why we formed Saita is because we have realized that the informal traders, they can't speak with one voices. For example, let me make example in the metros where it's a big, you will find a different organization. When they approach the municipality, they come on a different way. But now Saita just said, no, we need to formalize this, where when we approach and talked on behalf of the informal traders, we must be one from each and every province or metro or town, so that we must be here. Remember, the informal traders are not here until Saita comes in. So that's all about Saita.
Thank you, Michael. I'm going to ask Paul. Paul, why do you think it's important for our stakeholders, our traders, our municipalities and government to all sit around a table and take part in discussions such as these every Tuesday and Thursday evening?
Louise, thank you. I would like to add, to start my answer with the first part of the GS's answer, to say Saita is a movement of informal traders across South Africa. And this is what makes the membership of Saita. And why is it important that this sector should be united? If you look at the environment of the union, a union makes the membership strong, from the cleaner on the floor in a workplace up until top management. They all belong to a union. And when the union speaks, they speak in solidarity. So, for instance, a union has an issue in, I'm going to use the GSS province Northwest, in a mine. All the union members, doesn't matter if they work in a different sand mine or a gold mine, when the mine sector is in trouble, they unite. In solidarity, they stand together. And then this issue might be in Northwest, but the guys that's in the same union in a mine in the Eastern Cape or in Western Cape will also stand up for the atrocities that happens at this mine in Northwest, which is the union. And this is exactly the same idea that we have for Saita, is that members should join for the solidarity thereof. If in Northwest and Comrade Pule has an issue on his market, we shall stand together. Everybody in the whole of South Africa knows about it, and we will not allow this. We can then have a united front and a united force and a solidified force. When the president of Saita speaks, she will then speak on behalf of 2 or 3 million people at once, discussing and talking to presidents and ministers and the heads of corporates, regarding the issue. And it's not going to be just a fragmented voice of some small organization somewhere in the rural area. When Saita speaks, when Comrade Pule speaks of Saita in the Northwest province, you know that the same person sitting in KwaZulu-Natal shares that view, because there's solidarity. And that is the reason in this sector we want to unite with membership, and that is our ultimate idea, is to bind membership so that there's a solidarity and a united front when we go forward. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Paul. I think Benny is definitely having some signal issues because we see him coming up and then dropping the signal again. Comrade Michael, I'm going to ask you. So if I'm in a province and I already belong to an organization, or maybe I'm an individual, how do I go about aligning myself with Saita?
Actually, if you are in the province, firstly, you can contact Saita into the website where we can give you the contact person of that province. That's the first one. The secondly, we also have Saita app. You can go to the Saita app, then we will probably make sure that we give you the right person. But as an organization, you need to affiliate directly to Saita. Then Saita will align you or will make sure that it's take you to the organization that is in the province where you can work as a solidarity within that province to grow Saita.
Thank you. I also know that if you're watching and you're wanting to contact Saita for more information, you can email us at membership@saita, saita.org.za. Benny, can you hear me loud and clear? No, there's definitely a problem with Benny. Paul, do you want to tell us more about? Oh no, wait, sorry, Paul. Let me just divert. Our national president has just joined us. Good evening, Madam President Rashida Muller. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's really great to have you on board. Please, Madam President, to just help you be part of where we are already, please tell us why it's so important for Saita to embark on the series of discussions that we are having online. And why did we decide to do it online? Because really we need to say to the sector, congratulations for using technology like this.
Well, good evening all. And I'm really so honored to be on this webinar. You know, in 2019, our comrade David and I spoke about the fourth industrial revolution, and we developed an app for Saita. We then already realized, that online, is the way to go. And because of COVID and the turbulent times we are experiencing, we need to find ways of reaching our members. Not only our members, we need to reach government, we need to reach the communities, the business persons out there. So I think these webinars and the topics that we'll be speaking about will definitely, have impact in dissemination of information to all our members. Louise?
Thank you, Madam President. You alluded to some very interesting discussions and topics that's lying ahead in the weeks ahead. Can you maybe give us just a sneak idea of what we can expect? And will it only be this panel going forward, or are we going to be seeing some other guests around?
No, this is very exciting times, and do be surprised with what we will be showcasing you. But what is important is definitely the fact that we need to bring current affairs affecting our informal economy workers. For example, we're looking forward to a discussion on the looting, to a discussion on the Gazette that was published with regard to the permits. And most of all, it's August, it's Women's Month. We need to talk about our women in the informal economy, and much, much more to come.
Thank you, Madam President. Benny, if you can hear me and if you can speak, don't you want to just show me a thumbs up? I'd really like to hear from you. No, I don't think so. Paul, just to come back to you, we've been speaking about membership and we've been talking about the unified voice. So how are we going to do this? How do I become a member if I want to become a member?
So thank you for that. It's a very good question. Is I'm thinking, and I'm sure lots of people sitting listening to this tonight, and those who are going to be listening into the session as it gets onto our Facebook pages and social media is going to ask the very same question. If I'm a member, how do I become a member of Saita and of this glorious movement that's going to go forward? I want to first say that this is a monster. This is going to be a monster of a union and of association, and it's awoken. It is awoken today. It's awake. We are sitting here. The head of this movement, this giant, is sitting with us. She's looking at us, listening to us, and she will lead us forward. And now the next question is, who is she going to lead? And if you want to be led by Comrade Rashida, how do I become a member? And this is very easy. First and foremost is to do as you said, Chairperson, send an email to membership@saita.org.za, leave your name and number, and we'll get back to you. The second part is, if I do that, what's the benefit in it? What happens if I join you? Is it a boys club? Is it a Friday night wine tasting club? What is this? What am I joining? You are going to be joining the biggest single organization for informal traders and small businesses across South Africa that has ever seen. Not even Kusatu will have the size of numbers that this organization is going to have when we are done. So you first and foremost, you join us by sending that email. I can also send my phone number, my own one. I'm in charge of, or not in charge, I'm in control of membership, and the number there is 061 547 5879. I will repeat, 061 547 5879. This is my number, and also the email that was just shared with you guys. What is the most important thing that an informal trader or small business person needs is legal representation. When you start off, and if you're an old hand like Comrade Benny and the deputy, the acting deputy president, or a new startup, you're needing to have legal assistance when you start off with your business. How do I draw up my contract? These are the things that we will be offering you. If something happens, doesn't matter who you pray for and who your God is, you may die. And we are going to be assisting you with, financial assistance, legal assistance, to make sure that all your people that stays behind, those who are unfortunate when you pass, to make sure that you have your financial assistance in this. Many other benefits that's going to go with this. So our appeal to you is use that email number, call my number, join Saita, join the benefit structure, and become a part of the big organization that is Saita. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Paul. Madam President, I know that you have invested a huge part of your life in building this passion that you have and surrounding yourselves with people like Comrade Michael and Comrade Benny and Comrade Paul in terms of driving the plight of the informal trader. Please tell me how significant is tonight in terms of starting that conversation and awakening this giant going forward. Madam President, you are on mute.
Thank you for that. Yes, getting used to the technology, don't worry. Yes, it's absolutely important. It is. We need to realize that the informal economy workers make up about 5 million in the workforce. Whether they are, we are not registered businesses, so we are but a big force to be reckoned with. Can you imagine if you look at 5 million informal workers and you add their families and the ones dependent on them? Do you know the percentage of the informal economy within this country? And therefore, the awareness, the plight, and the experiences of these informal workers needs to be expressed in webinars like this. The awareness, the conscientizing of just about everyone in South Africa, that they should realize the important role that the informal sector plays. And Saita has been formed in particularly to represent that unified voice of the informal trader. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Comrade Benny, you've been very quiet this evening. Please greet our audience and give us a little bit of a background about who you are, sir. You can go ahead, Comrade Benny. You've muted yourself. You've muted yourself. No, we definitely seem to have a signal problem, Benny. I am so sorry, but we can see you trying hard to speak to us, but cyberspace isn't working together tonight. Comrade Michael, I'm so sorry. Comrade Michael, just give us an overview of the Northwest and just an overview of the economic situation for informal traders in your province.
And Kenneth Kaunda. So now, though is that the population of our province, it's so many people who are not employed and depend in the government grants. So that's where most of the informal trade, we can have so many informal traders in the Northwest. And one of the problems in the Northwest here is that we have a very small towns. We have a lot of small towns. And those small towns, we call it small dorpies. Those small dorpies, they don't have a better infrastructure in terms of the informal trading, even if the space itself is not conducive towards the trade in terms of the customers, because you will find a small town like Delareyville, where it depends on the villages around. You can only, if you are informal trader, you survive during the grants, the SASSA grants payout. That's where you can survive trying to make something. Thereafter, there is no business at all. The reason why is because of most of the people around the province are not working. But it's very important that even if on that note, we are trying to our people that it's important that you trained how to run the business, which is very important part. That's where Saita comes in now to assist our informal traders how to run the business. You know, you can get a small profit, but in terms of when how you conduct yourself in terms of a business, being disciplined in a business way. You know, most of the problem that make us fail is because when I make 10 rand today, I'm going to a certain store and buy a bread. It's finished. Tomorrow I'm starting again down there to see how do I survive on that day. But as Saita is here now to educate our people through these webinars, educate our people how to run the businesses. Because in the Northwest here, I want to tell you, most of the people who are working on the Northwest are not from the Northwest. Let me make an example. In Mafikeng here is the capital city of the Northwest. There is a lot of people who are working on the offices here, but they are not residents of Mafikeng. Each and every month end, they take their salaries to their towns where they can maybe develop or boast the business there. In Mafikeng, you cannot have the businesses. The same in Rustenburg. Most of the people who are working in Rustenburg at the mines are from different places around South Africa. Some are from Limpopo, some are from KZN, from different provinces. And then once it's month end, they take that earnings to their provinces, back to their provinces. That's where the problem is hard to survive on the street. But I'm happy that from our province, through the support from our Department of DDECT, our Department of DDECT is working hand in hand with us to see how we can survive from these difficulties.
Thank you, Michael, so much. This is the great thing of this webinar. We're going to be traveling through the country, province by province. What a lovely story, but also a sad story. But when we are challenged, that's where the real opportunities are. I'm going to ask our president again to just reiterate for anybody that has just tuned in. Tell us again, who is Saita? You are muted, Madam President.
No, it's late at night for me.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you, Comrade Chair. And I want to again reiterate, who is Saita? Saita is the South African Informal Traders Alliance. It is a united voice of the informal economy workers. And we are the recognized and acknowledged body that liaises at national government level. We also, within our provincial structures, liaise with the provincial governments. Saita is represented in all 9 provinces. So wherever you are, if you want to link to Saita, we are right at your door. So please do that. It is very important that Saita tries to reach in every corner of our South African borders, that we reach the informal trader and bring them on board so that their rights, their dignity, their empowerment and their development will be looked after by Saita. We are here to serve the informal sector.
Thank you, Madam President. And then Paul, in closing, I would just like to ask you to share the contact details of how everybody watching can become a part of this movement. How can we serve them? If they need service, how must they contact us?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to use an analogy quickly. If all of us sitting here, if you've not been to the beach, some of you have been on holiday and has been to the beach. And after a day in the beach and you come home, everything is full of sand. You come home, your shoes is full of sand. You'll find your shirt is full of sand. There's sand in your... Saita is going to be like sea sand at a party. We want to be in every corner of every little small dorpie in South Africa. And for you to do that, it's very easy. Email us at membership@sahita.org.za. I will again just read my number, 061 547 5879. I will also put this on this post, on the Facebook post before we close. Join us. Make use of that number. We'll get back to you. And if we don't help you, we'll find somebody that is in their area that is informed and isn't part of Saita, which will refer you to so that you can be part of this huge, humongous organization called Saita. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. This brings us to the end of tonight's session. Do remember, every Tuesday evening and every Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, be sure to be signed in here. This coming Thursday at 7, we will be talking about looting, the effects on the sector, as well as the new gazetted law about the waiving of the permits. Until then, from me, Louise, and the rest of the team at Saita, good night.